Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Kansas Steitel here from Myxn Scents in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Kansas, thanks for jumping on with me.
Thank you for having me.
It is my pleasure. You have a really unique business. It's one of a kind. You're making one of a kind things. I'd love to talk about Myxn Scents. Do you mind if we talk about it?
Sure, that'd be great.
All right, here we go. When people ask you how you describe Myxn Scents, how do you describe your business?
Well, we're just I always call us a unique boutique. Basically, we have everything from the custom mixing. So you get to mix your own custom scent and put it into 30 different organic natural products like sugar scrubs, salt scrubs. You can put dryer balls, diffusers. You can make your own perfume, colognes. And then we also have obviously women's clothes, men's clothes, gift items. So we also do a lot with local consigners as well. And so that we can bring that local flair. We're not the average boutique that just carries, mass production stuff. It's all USA made clothes and a lot of local things too, as well.
Right there to Lake Country. So I just have to ask this because when I don't know how creative or good I would be at making a good scent for myself because when we wear it, it kind of, we can have our own pheromone or whatever
Yeah.
you call it.
pH.
Tell me a little
Yep.
bit, how do you know if you're doing a good job, and how would you know before you make a whole bunch of different things? Tell me a little bit more about it. So cool.
Sure. So we sit down with everybody individually. We kind of ask them a series of questions, if they're more clean and earthy, do they like florals? Do they like more sweets? And we kind of learn what they like. We
Mhm.
give them suggestions. We do have menus, kind of like a restaurant. We have a POS system like a restaurant. We have over 12,000 recipes in our file from people that have mixed, so we can ship it
Wow.
out to you. So once you mix it, we put it in there with your name and your email address. And then if you ever want it again, you can just either email us or you can give us a call and we can ship it out. But we pre-dip everything and we let you smell. And obviously, if you don't like it, it's kind of like a wine bucket. You put it in the bucket, if you don't like it, but the ones that you do like, then we start blending those together to see how you like them combined. And obviously we have everything from, I say, chocolate to dirt. We do have the smell of dirt.
Oh
And
my.
you actually just use a couple drops of dirt with florals to bring down that floral scent. So we consider ourselves mixologists because it is a craft to, figure out how to blend all these scents together. And then we just slowly do it with you one drop at a time till you like the mixture that we're doing.
Cool. So instead of doing like a Tommy girl, I can do a Stacie girl and have my
Yeah.
own signature scent for me, and everybody
Yeah.
will know me as like Tia Stacie, like Aunt Stacie to my nieces, and they'll know that scent forever if they want.
Exactly. And we do ask people if they want to name their scents. So we do have some really interesting names of scents in our bio.
I am sure. And you told me before we pressed record that you do have a liquor license coming, so things could
Yeah,
get a really, really creative if somebody's having something to drink and naming a scent too, huh?
exactly. They do get a lot of fun. So I mean, we are getting our liquor license on Thursday, and we do mixing parties either during hours, after hours. But after hours, we'll allow you to set up a table. You can bring in food, have a girls' night. We have a lot of book clubs that do it, a lot of corporate events that do it, team building. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to just be a woman to come in and mix sense. We actually have a lot of men that think it's fun too. So.
Total experience. And I love that you brought up even the team building side of things, because this really is a standalone experience that can really connect people and help them understand who they might be working with too.
Yep. It's a lot of.
So you also have a unique history of what's going on in this business. The business started in 2014. You bought it in 2021 and it was in Florida. I would love for you to talk about how the business started, what your plans were when you took it over, and how things have changed because you're in Lake Country, Wisconsin now.
Right. So we had been going down to Naples for 6 years, and this particular business was in by a cabana bar that we used to always walk by, and so we mixed our scent the very first year that we were there, and we kept coming back. And the owner, Tracy, at the time she's actually from Chicago originally, and just she's awesome. And we used to sit and just talk with her and mix. And then her parents that live with her down in Naples got sick again, her husband, and so it just became overwhelming. So all of a sudden she posted that it was that she was going to be closing the store. So we reached out to her to hopefully keep, obviously, her vision alive. We wanted to buy it. So that's what started the whole wheels. And our daughter, who had just graduated high school, it was during COVID, so she didn't want to go online to college, and said, well, Mom, I'll move down there and run the business. And I said, okay, that's perfect, because obviously mom's not going down there. We were trying to figure out, they had 2 workers at the time. And so we were trying to figure all of that out, but we were unfortunately affected by Hurricane Ian. And so we had to pivot and think of plan B. And we have all of our family and friends here and all of our support system. And so it was a no-brainer to bring it back to Wisconsin. And right now we're on the beach of Milwaukee. So we still get to see water, even though we did in Florida. We still get to see water. I don't have to worry about hurricanes here, though. So it's at least safe. So
absolutely, such a great story. I love that you help somebody. You said to keep her vision alive, Tracy's vision alive, and I think that's really powerful that you were able to do that and now change it into something that works for you and your family. So that's absolutely incredible. Small question: have you named any of your personal scents yet? I'm just curious.
Oh yes, I do. All of our whole family names their scents. So I mean, we have. Mine are my number that I focus on is 11, because that's from my grandpa. So I have Sleepy 11. That's my pillow spray. And my husband, our puppy that we have, that her name's Roxy. So he names a lot of his stuff Foxy Roxy.
Oh, fun.
Our son, he is a hockey player, and his nickname was Snipes. So a lot of his stuff is named Snipes.
Okay, like Stinky Snipes.
No, just Snipes. He had a great.
Okay, I'm totally kidding.
He had a great shot. So
I just think of hockey players as smelly, so that's what I said.
They are very smelly, but yeah. So yeah, all of ours. I mean, we probably have 20 different scents amongst us 4. So
that is so fun. So you moved back to Lake Country, to your community. What is the biggest way that you're impacting the community right now?
Well, we like to use, and so we raise money already for like Lake Country Days. It's an organization that we developed to raise money for suicide awareness and mental illness. Wow. So we try to use our business platform, like we're doing October 19th. It's for One Hope, which they come in and do wine tastings for a 501c3 of our choice. So we're going to do it for this organization that they actually raise a dog that is for an actual specific vet's disabilities. So we try to just give back as much as we can and try to raise money for the community and locals in the community.
So unique, so powerful. And when you think about it, you have only been open since July. So, and you're already creating these events. I shouldn't say already been open, because you were open obviously in Florida, but in Milwaukee, it's been since the 3rd week in July. And you're also supporting other artisans, local artists, when you bring in consignment. Is that correct?
Correct. So we have a local mom that does jewelry in Heartland with her 2 daughters. And that's Marjo. And then we have Staluka. Staluka bags are, they repurpose sails from the sailboats. So a lot of the sailboats on Pewaukee Lake that I can see right now, there's a bunch of paddleboarders out there. They repurpose all those sails and they make them into big beach bags. These, I actually have some really close. Oh, there goes my phone.
That's all good. Oh, yeah. They're awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. So they actually have so there's these little wristlets, and so it's actually out of part of the sail, which is this side, and then this is the chute. So on those big asymmetrical, so they kind of repurpose that seat belts from cars. They repurpose as the straps. We have Iron Jock, which is a local Wisconsin product. That's the menswear that we have here. And then we have a local artist that does all these beautiful paintings and pictures here too.
That's so cool. Love it. So what is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners can learn from? Obviously, you had a huge challenge called Hurricane Ian was it last year or the year before? Forgive me.
It was 2022. So
2020.
yeah, it was, it'll be almost a year because it was right before my husband's birthday, or actually right after. So it was like September 26th, I think it hit, or 28th, one of the 2 days. So yeah, it'll be a year since it hits. And that's really, I mean, that's been our biggest challenge, that we've obviously had to pivot, rebrand ourselves, change line here that keeps going right into my mouth. And so we just had to really totally change to this clientele. Florida's clientele is a lot different. It's a lot of tourists. I mean, that's why we have recipes in here from Germany, you know, and Czech Republic and things like that, where here, you know, it's touristy because of the beach, but it's like Lake Geneva, it's, you know, local, maybe Illinois. But we've had to kind of change what we do because our clients are a lot different. They're more obviously here all year round versus it's a lot touristy in Naples. So,
which I can imagine in some ways that could be a really beneficial thing because they're aware of who you are, what you're doing, so they can be repeat customers instead of maybe,
yeah,
you know, the experience where we're visiting Naples once a year. They might
correct.
feel, yep, awesome.
Yep.
So what does the future look like to Myxn Sense? And do you have an exit plan?
So our future, obviously, we just opened. So, and we, you know, we have probably a 5 to 7 year plan. We want to be able to license. We don't want to do franchises. So we want to license the oil mixing so that other people can possibly in like Geneva, or we had somebody in Florida reach out to us from Minnesota. So we have kind of a list of people that would like the oils and the mixing concept in their already existing business. So we are going to sell licensing fees and get them all set. And that license also includes the first setup of all the oils, all the products, kind of background. They'll have to do their own kind of labels. We'll work with them on that stuff. But kind of, and the training to how to mix and kind of from there. So that's always been the goal from the start when we purchased it in 2021, was to eventually get it into licensing so that it is not just the only place here in Milwaukee that you can get this done, so that we can obviously have fun around around the world. So
absolutely. Well, that's something that I really appreciate too. When you think if you've got a business that works, you don't necessarily have to franchise it, but our coaches talk about creating those systems so people don't have to reinvent the wheel in whatever area of business. If you've got something that works, that sells, that people want more of, that's awesome that you're thinking about that and having that opportunity for others as well. So thank you for sharing that. So Kansas, my last questions for you today is all subjects open. What inspires you most?
The things that I guess I wouldn't say inspired, just that I strive to do is that, you know, there's so much negativity these days in, you know, all over in the world, I say, you know, so if somebody is down, unhappy, negative, even rude when they come in here, I mean, I get all kinds. I just be ultra positive, super supportive, just kill them with kindness, as my mother-in-law used to say. And hopefully that changes their mood for the rest of the day and they're not crabby. But so, I mean, that's just, I mean, you try to compliment them, hope that, you know, that their day gets a little better after meeting you and being in here. So.
Love that. Thanks for sharing that. And I've got to imagine that even some of those good scents could bring out some of the better in them as well, right? If you smell something that's super comforting or can take you away to a different place. So
yep, I've had people in here and they've, you know, given me some time to just dip because they were asking, you know, what's this all about? And they're like, oh, I remember this smell that my grandma used. Do you have this and do you have that? And they're, you know, and their comments is, oh, it smells like smells like home, or it smells like, you know, her, and obviously she's no longer with them. So those are good memories to try to trigger, you know, for people. And that's the fun of it. I mean, when you get individuals in here, it's fun for me to mix one-on-one, but when you get a group, everybody wants to smell each other's scents that they're making. And it's just a lot of fun to get together as a group, and a lot of laughs, and, you know, and so it's good. I hope everybody comes and at least tries it once. It's a good thing to do. And, it's just a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I know I will be in. Now, if somebody wants to find out more about Myxn Scents in Pewaukee, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you or find out more information?
Sure. The best one is probably phone call. So our phone number is 262-696-8100. Otherwise, they can always email me if they have some questions about pricing. We do not charge for parties.
Okay.
We obviously want everybody to mix something, and the price range is anywhere from $14 all the way up to $89 is the most expensive mixing item that we have. And that's really the luxury items, which is like the Tom Fords, the Bonds, the Creeds, like you can get in the stores for $600. Ours, the most you pay is 89.
So
So that's the price range. So you can come in as little as $14, you know, for an item, or most people spend about 25 to 30 when they come in and mix. And, but yeah, and my email is Kansas, which is with a CANSAS at Myxn, which Myxn is spelled MYXN scents.com.
awesome. So looking forward to meeting you in person, to going in to mixing something of my own. Kansas, it's been a pleasure. Congratulations on opening up in Pewaukee.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.